This is Elizabeth, Business Librarian at Western Washington University. This is a video about how to use Mergent Online to do some company research, a little bit of company comparison, and a little industry research. Mergent is mainly a financial database. It has current and historical financial information, but it also allows you to build some company comparison reports that is really useful when you are doing some, company or industry research. So when you look at Mergent, it does mainly search for publicly traded companies. However, there is a private company database. The information comes from D&B, from Dun& Bradstreet. If you want to search the private company, you just select it. You'll see it also includes active and inactive, US and international. Active and inactive means that a company is actively being traded on a stock exchange. Inactive means they are no longer being traded under a specific ticker. That can mean that a company merged with a larger company and it became a subsidiary, or it ceased to exist. But if you do find a company that is inactive, it will say inactive after the name. So you can go ahead and search by company name or by ticker. If you have seen some of the other videos I've done, I've been searching for information on Starbucks. So in this case, I want some information on Starbucks and I want to find some more information about their competitors. So on this first page, so let's look at this. So you have a tab for each section. Under each section, there is a link that gives you more information. On this first page, under company details, you'll see a lot of what we would consider more like directory information that shows up here at the top of the page. Location, net income revenue, this type of thing. You'll also see the NAICS code right here. And if you look at that, that's 722211. In a previous video, I looked up the NAICS code for Starbucks, and it was different. It is listed here as a limited service restaurant, not a coffee shop. This NAICS in particular is actually part of the 2007 NAICS, not the 2012, which is the most current. But it's also, you need to consider that when you search for competitors in Mergent, it searches on this NAICS. So the competitors that you get doing this search may not necessarily be under that NAICS code. But do remember that many companies operate or can operate in multiple industries, so it's not unusual to find different NAICS codes for different companies in different sources, different databases. But you'll also see, so here we have a business summary, a list of executives, and again, some other basic information. You can go into more information by clicking on these links, such as subsidiaries, maybe some history, that type of thing. Executives is going to give you biography on Starbucks execs. Ownership is going to be institutional and insider holdings. Financials, historical, current and historical, annually, quarterly. And then again, these links follow within there. You can go as far back as 15 years. If there is more available or even less than 15, that will be listed here as well. Equity pricing. Now the reports, defaults to annual reports. These aren't just annual reports, they also include proxies and 10Ks. Mainly a lot of the SEC filings. More SEC filings will be available under this tab, under just filings. Also industry and equity reports and Mergent reports. Mergent reports are just pretty much the information available in Mergent in a PDF form. And I will come back to industry and equity reports. I want to skip ahead to the competitors. So again, the competitors are going to be based here on this NAICS. So if you look, you'll see McDonald's, Starbucks, Yum, which is like Taco Bell, Cracker Barrel. Now they are ranked by revenue. So Starbucks, in this NAICS code, Starbucks is pretty influential and ranks pretty high. But for me, I am looking really just for the coffee shop aspect of Starbucks. So looking at some of the other sources I had, they listed Dunkin' Donuts and a few other companies as their competitors. But if you see here, you can remove companies. So this allows you to customize your competitor list. I am going to X out all of these and just keep the ones. I'm going to keep Krispy Kreme. They were listed in another source as a competitor. So I'm interested in more information about them. You can also add, I wanted to add Tim Hortons. I was actually thinking about Pete's Coffee or Caribou. Now, if you do a search for them, they don't show up. That could mean that they are private, and I'm not going to do a search for them there. Or it could also mean that they are actually no longer actively traded under a specific ticker. Well, so then you do this, and what you can do from here is build a report. Now you can go right to Report Builder and build a report based on specific companies, or you can click on Add to Company Analysis List, and that is what I'm going to do. Then we looked at 4 companies, and that's what we want to add. We go ahead and click on that. Once you add your companies, it pops up in a separate window. They all are listed here. I just want to go ahead and add them all to a multiple company report. Now I can choose what I want to see, or you can just add everything. I actually am mainly interested in all of this, all the company details. Oops, that didn't do what I wanted it to. So you can go through here and just add that. Now I could continue on and add pricing information or specific financials, and you can see I can go back even longer. Then you create your report. You can do multiple formats. I'm going to choose PDF and then click Create Company Report. Once you create a report, it just downloads as a PDF to your computer. In addition to being able to do company reports, something else that you can do and you can find in Mergent are industry reports and equity reports. The industry reports are fairly broad, but when you select that, it's going to give you the industry reports that are related specifically to your company. They are international, so you can see that, and then they are PDFs. You can also change the dates. You can also change the location. These are fairly broad, and they tend to like I said, these are fairly broad, and they tend to focus on a company looking from a financial or an investment viewpoint. But in addition to what you may find in some of our other industry databases like Mergent, it can give you a different viewpoint, maybe a little more information. Something else are equity reports. Equity reports are they're investment reports. You know, should you or should you not invest in a company? This is a good way to get some basic information about your company, you know, how they are doing, and how outsiders, you know, outside analysts see them and how they are you know, how they're doing financially. It also lists competitor reports. These are fairly short. They're about 4 pages. And as you can see, gives you a fairly brief breakdown of a company. These reports are also available in something called Mergent Investor Edge that is searchable and it's separate from Mergent Online, but since they are offered by Mergent, they're available in the same interface. That's a fairly quick overview of Mergent and how you can use it. If you have some questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'd be happy to help.